Hi everyone, Gaius here from PathDAO, right? So it's another session of whether the game's gonna make it, GMI session number 9 with MetaPixel and their game called Gran Saga Unlimited. It's an MMORPG. I'm super excited to be collaborating with them. And with that, we will invite Joseph from the MetaPixel team onto the stage. Hi Joseph. Yeah, you're on mute.
Hello. Yep, great to be here, and thank you for inviting us. My name is Joseph. I'm business director at MetaPixel, and it's a pleasure to have this PMI session with PathDAO. And
All right,
currently,
cool.
I'm hopping on the call from Amsterdam, so it might be a bit noisy, and there might be some latency issues. So
Yeah, it's
sorry
fine.
for
We can
that.
keep it casual. We can keep it casual, right? So, before we begin, let's show a very cool trailer that MetaPixel has provided us. Let's go.
Yep, sure.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the
Hello, welcome back. Damn, the animation is so cool, and people are commenting that interesting animation, right? Let me just switch this off. Okay, so let's hop on to the first question, right? And then our audience, feel free to post your questions. We'll pick them, and then Joseph will answer. So the first question, what inspired the development of Grand Saga Unlimited? Could you share the story behind its inception and what motivated you guys to actually create the game?
Yeah, actually, that's a really interesting question. So, as you know, we are the builders of the ground Saga, our first original IP, and I can't delve into the specific of how this IP was created, as we are part of the Pixel Web 3 division. But what I can share is our intent behind it. So, our goal is to craft an immersive gaming experience for the players using our IP. We can definitely expand this universe using the Web 3 technology and ethos. So this was the inception point for our project. So we aim to bridge the original game world with real life and offering some possibilities created by our players. So this is why we included the term unlimited to our title. So in our upcoming title, we hope to introduce the basic narrative derived from the original IP, but we also want to have our players to have the freedom to write their own storylines or dramas inside the game world, and that's our vision to for our new title.
Right, nice. So unlimited means the limit is the sky. So okay, let's jump on
Yeah,
to the next
unlimiting the
question.
experience.
Let's jump on to the next question. So, what are the emotional experience do you aim to, evoke in gamers through GSU? GSU stands for Grand Saga Unlimited. We're gonna
Mhm.
use the abbreviation so that I don't get tongue tied. And also, which specific
Yep.
audience or player demographic are you focused on?
Yeah, essentially the MMORPGs are providing a sort of metaverse for gamers and enabling them to immerse themselves in the world of games. So, like for example, in World of Warcraft, gamers could actually experience the authentic world of craft universe by encountering some legendary heroes like Sylvanas, Diane, and more. So our approach is like very similar. So while the Ground Saga had its original concept and storyline, we decided to transform into an MMO and enabling our gamers to experience crafting their own narrative within the Ground Saga Limited Ground Saga universe. And this is why the main characters from the original game were divided into classes for the GSUs for playtest. Uh, so, uh, so to deliver some bit more with a call from the NPC Lilith, who asked for the assistance in restoring the Ground Saga world. And the timeline has shattered into fragments for unknown reasons, and prompting the need for the intervention. So, consequently, of reassembling the world's memories and serving them as a system agent with little support. Thus, the gamer might be encountering the original storylines of the Gran Saga, but they could also explore the unique storylines of the GSU throughout the gameplay. And we hope that they might be encountering some unique experiences by encountering something with their friends and having some plans attached inside the game world, and maybe participating with other streamers or influencers inside the game world. And for the audience, we are not really limiting our players with some demographics, but we want to reach the MMORPG lovers across the globe, and which is who really enjoys the classical MMORPGs or anime art style games.
Right, cool. So if I heard it correctly, Gran Saga was supposed to be a single player game or RPG game, and then you guys made it into MMO to adopt. Is that what you were saying?
A little bit different because the Gran Saga, which we are servicing in the Web2 spaces, it has some MMORPG features, but basically it's a collectible RPG. So people are gathering some ground weapons inside their deck, and they are gathering these unique items inside their game characters and playing inside the Gran Saga world. But so it has more some collectible features rather than the MMORPGs. But we thought that it might be really great if we can provide a classical MMORPG as a Ground Saga Limited, using the same IPs and narratives, and making our players to have their own sense of playing themselves as their own identity.
Right, cool. So I think it's a very good move, because in Web3 it's all about open economy, and MMORPG has always been an economy by itself. But I guess the things we need to solve is when it's open economy, how do we balance them, right? So
that's right.
Yeah. So okay, there's this very question that I want to ask. So on the chat, Jensen asked, recently we heard a lot of projects getting dry in their runway, meaning that they have run out of funds to develop their game.
Mm-hmm.
One of the famous projects was Illuvium. They managed to raise another 10 million to extend the runway. So I guess, how are you guys thinking of economic sustainability? Because end of the day, we play all these play tests, but at the end, do you guys have enough funds to sustain throughout till the game officially launches? I think that's one of the main concerns.
Yeah, that's a really important question, because players might be having some conviction if the gaming company has sufficient runway to build their games and do their service properly. But what I can say is we are the Web3 initiative of MPixel, and MPixel has 1 billion valuation in the Korean gaming industry, and we have some sufficient funds from our parent company, and we are using these funds to develop our games and sustain the actual game. So since we are backed by our parent company MPixel, so what I can say is that we have some sufficient funds to finish up our development and do some servicing. But of course, the game should be having the proper revenue streams to constantly have their service maintained. So we are working hard to develop our games as soon as possible, and we will be putting some features which we can have as a business model to sustain our game. But what I can say is we won't have any type of runway issues for now.
Got it. There you have it. Joseph mentioned the parent company is actually MPixel. It's I think a $1 billion valuation, very big company. So I think MetaPixel is their Web3 arm. The Gran Saga Unlimited is their first Web3 game, and I believe it is the flagship game as well. Because I think Aptos recently mentioned that they are working very closely, which is the blockchain that Grand Saga will be on, and they also mentioned that Grand Saga is their flagship game for even Aptos chain. So you know what, Joseph? Why not you tell us about how are you guys collaborating with Aptos, and what do you guys actually bring using the Web3 technology that you guys have?
Yeah, so I think I can like go over some more features about the combination of Web3 technology and the gaming aspect. But what we are doing as like partner Raptors is we have some like a similar goal, which is how we can actually bring the regular players to get interested into the Web3 to make an option. And our team is focusing what we're good at, which is like building some games and combining some like gaming narratives, which can be attached to the blockchain technology. But when it comes to the blockchain and like how we can like use as a technical layer, the Aptos support team is actually helping us a lot to in terms of the like architecture development, and we are also co-working with the Aptos team to set some kind of like gaming standard which can be lived inside the Aptos blockchain.
Right, cool. All right. So I think there's one very interesting question, right? So recently, Apple just launched their headset, the AR VR headset. So one of the question is by Vicky, any integration into Vision Pro?
For this one, I can definitely say like no at the moment because building some like AR or VR game has some like different mechanisms compared to the PC client game. And the reason why we are building a PC client game for the Gran Saga Limited is we want to deliver some kind of like battle mechanisms which can be really a perfect fit on the like whole contents for like guild content. So for now, we are only focusing on some like PC based clients at the moment, and for the like Vision Pro support, I think maybe they might be like seeing some kind of like screens of the ground that are limited by using the devices. But it might be hard to like collaborate and do some like kind of controls with the actual Vision Pro devices. But who knows? There might be some like chances if we can integrate some more like Ps or games in like different type of devices, but not for the ground stuff limited at the moment.
Definitely. All right. So thank you for answering those, good questions from the audience. Okay, let's jump back a bit, right? Let's get more personal, right? We love to know more about your gaming backgrounds. Like, what kind of games do you usually play? You know.
Yeah, that's a really gamer question, right? So I think I can actually tell everyone's gaming background, but what I can deliver is since we are the gaming company in this space and having more than 500 employees working on various gaming projects inside our company, uh, I do think that we are the actual gamers ourselves. So I was also enjoying lots of video games and online games, starting from like old Nintendo series to League of Legends and mobile games as well. So yeah, so I think the building a game is also fulfilling the gamers' needs, and that's why we are also doing some internal testings when we wrap up our builds every time, and wanting to hear some like voice of gamers throughout the game development journey. And yeah, so like a lot of games are actually influencing our development in many ways, and hope we can develop a great game which could be loved among the gamers. Because like we are also the gamers, and we want to build something for the gamers, and we hope our like potential gamers really satisfied with the game and spread some words and become some really like create some kind of another like flagship projects of MetaPixel.
Nice. I mean, I'm sure most people in a gaming company are a gamer, because I believe in, like, if you're building a product that you don't use, then you wouldn't be able to build a good product. So if you're building a game, you have to be a gamer as well to build a very good game.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
for sure. Uh, because like actually there are some like internal gamers inside the company, and if these kind of gamer doesn't really be satisfied with the game that they are currently building, then how can we convince other gamers that this game is really fun? So that's what I can like tell you, that we are the actual gamers and we are doing our internal testing a lot, and we want to convince the gamer this is fun because we are like trying to build some games for the gamers, and that's our like one and only aim.
Nice, nice. Okay, before we go on with the questions, because I think we still have a few more. So I would like to review our secret code, GSU. So maybe just an explanation, Joseph. Secret code is for our gamers to show proof that they've attended this YouTube, and with that, we will give them a bit of reward in terms of path token. So it's just a very small incentive for our gamers to be, up here, and then we also give them a special role on Discord, and that role gives extra entries to any giveaway that we're doing. Right? That includes a playtest code in the with MetaPixel Grand Saga Unlimited later on. So I'll explain more about that later. So yeah, that's the secret code GSU, right? And now we'll move on to the next question. Maybe something from myself, all right? So building a game is very complex, right? Could you share some challenges you faced during the development of GSU, and how did the game finally evolve and also take shape over time?
I didn't know that my mic is on mute. So
No
yes,
worries.
actually building a game is really complex, and we totally understand that. And in our case, actually combining a game economy and the blockchain technology was totally new experience for us as well, because we know how to build the games, like not only for the collectible RPGs, but also the MMORPGs and other different type of games. But as mentioned before, since our team have a high expertise in building some MMORPGs, but we was wondering why all the games are coming out to the blockchain spaces, are just focusing on like deals and rewards. That's something that people can earn. So I think this kind of narrative was a big blocker to the actual game builders as well. So we also had to make our team convinced that we could actually create a good experience for the gamer using the blockchain technology. But the first thing was to deliver the excitement and entertaining features, because only like fun comes first, and some other afterwards to enhance the experience. But so that's the reason why we have been conducting like several for feedbacks from the actual gamers inside the MetaPixel. And our team is like having some like pride and conviction into this new era. And now we are focusing to deliver like more and more contents related to the Ground Saga Limited and MetaPixel.
Right, nice. Okay, so let's get one from the audience. So I think this is a very common question, right? They're asking whether it is P to E or F to E. I think I saw it somewhere. By Xu 90. So is it a play to earn? I think F to E. I think he probably meant free to play, not free to earn, right? So what are your thoughts on these two terms, and where Grand Saga actually fits in?
You mean the play to earn or like free to play?
Or another
both?
genre that then or both. Yeah.
Yeah. So like in our perspective, we we think that like games should be like because when we think about the gamers, like if they want to like pay something, they need to feel the like game itself first and get entertained. And if they're like getting more immersed into their gameplay, then they might be opening up their wallets to pay. So that's so I think I know that the previous games on the market was like selling some NFTs, and they are limiting some players who actually owns the NFTs to jump into the game and getting some deals, or maybe renting their like NFTs to other people to do the game itself and sharing some kind of like profits. But I doesn't really think that this is really a right way to bring more gamers, because it's more like investor related thing. So we are positioning our games as like free to play game. So they might be jumping into the grounds that are limited first and enjoying the gameplay, and they might be getting some like assets during their gameplay, such as like resource items or gaming gears. And as we are experiencing the like MMORPG world, and they are like actually buying or trading these kind of items to like earn something. And I think that's how the earn mechanism in the Ground Saga Limited actually happens. So with this like item created inside the gameplay, and there should be some like demands for the gamers, and there should be like supply for the gamers as well. And what we are trying to do is to deliver some like mechanisms to like make this supply and demand match to as an economic factor. And of course, there might be some like balancing issues or other related issues when we are developing some MMORPGs, but we are finding some ways to like get better by ourselves, but also we are thinking about looping in some more peoples to get involved in this like economy formed inside the Brown Saga Limited work.
Got it. So I think Joseph mentioned two things, right? One is the scholarship model, another one is the gated by NFTs, right? So I think these models don't really work now, or at least it doesn't work for mass adoption, right? And he also mentioned that this game is gonna be free to play. It's not NFT gated. You're also optional to spend in the game, right? So usually this kind of game in MMORPG that I've played, spending just makes you expedite your whole process, but it doesn't rob you away from all the experience that you're supposed to get from a free to play versus a paid player. And I think he also meant that the earning part comes from gamers creating value in the game, and that maybe an NFT is born, right? And that the NFT, the value is not because of how much you spend, like how much money you spend, but also the time and the effort that you put into the game, that it evolves the weapon, the equipment. So this is something that gamers need to understand, or at least those who come from the XC era, the play to earn era, needs to understand that you can't create value just by farming the game, right? You have to be very skillful. You have to really play the game. Put effort in. So yeah, I'm a firm advocate of that kind of game as well. So yep, I think we move on to the next question. Let's see. I think I saw one interesting one. So this guy asked, Last, what do the digital collectibles or NFTs on this game do? Is it more like equipment or stuff like that? I think yeah, I'll leave it the explanation to you.
Yeah, actually, there might be a lot of possibilities, but we're thinking about like maybe providing some like gaming resources or gaming gears as an NFT because, but we don't really want to deliver this term as an NFT because it's really a technical term. But I think what I can say is the like actual like gears or resources which are really related to the power is being farmed from the like gamers behavior inside the game, and also there might be some like collectible that we might be selling by ourselves, but like these kind of things will be mostly more likely to the like cosmetic things like costumes and like some seasonal like outfits because as we think about the whole like mobile games, and since the mobile game like popped up, then most of the developers were like selling some random boxes inside the game, and that's how that was a really like great way to actually create some revenue stream for the gamer like gaming company. But on the other hand, we are the one who are selling the inflation directly by ourselves and cutting off the PLCs. So by combining by forming a new type of game using the blockchain technology, we just want to remain to have some like games which is really like lasting like more than a decade or like 5 or like 10 years as like the old like classical MMORPG did before. So the like gaming items which are related to the power might be like created and farmed and traded by the gamers who are playing the Ground Saga Limited. And for our like direct sales, like cosmetic things, will be also delivered as an NFT, but this will be not really related to the power itself.
Nice. So, you guys have it, right? So, okay, this is a very important question, and I also want to ask because I'm playing an MMORPG now, right? So this MMORPG has, auto battle, right? But of course, when you do quests or guild activities, I have to manually. I can auto it, but it will not be efficient, right? So the question by this audience is that will the dynamics and gameplay, training missions, attacks, be automatic or completely manual?
Yeah, so since we are like providing a PC game, so there there can be some like automatic features, but these might be all just like moving, like sending the actual character to another like places to do their like tests. But the actual like gameplay or like doing some like quests might be manual because we are like creating some like experiences really fit for the PC classical and RPGs compared to the mobile games. So I think the reason why the mobile games were providing some like auto battles or some like AutoQuest clear AutoQuest was because they are using the mobile devices, and the type of the experience that mobile games are giving is quite different compared to the PC game. So what I can say is we are forming some experiences which is really fit for the PC client or PC gamers. So there might be some features which can like ease the actual like gaming experiences inside the Ground Saga Limited, but most of the action might be manual.
All right, got it. So I think, yeah, the next question is that I still need to ask this: is this PC or PC only, or would there be cross-platform, right? And what are the minimum specs for the PC, probably?
Yeah, I haven't really memorized all the requirements that we are providing as a PC requirement, but definitely it's a PC game. And yeah, but the Gran Saga original was the cross-platform game, but it is a bit easier to like create a mobile game and make this like mobile game to run in the PC client or other different like client. It's like way easier than like converting the PC-based game into the mobile spaces because the type of the like control is a bit different. So we are providing our games as a PC client. So currently we only support Windows, but also we know that there are a bunch of people who are using the Mac OS. So there might be some possibilities to support Mac in the future. But basically, the supporting OS, the supporting device might be related, like more like PC centric.
All right, cool. So, yep, I guess we have it is PC. And regarding the specs, I think, when it comes out, I'll share it to you guys on our Discord, right? So make sure you're on our Discord. All right, so let's see whether there's any more questions. If not, I'll share the secret code too, which is MetaPixel, right? And we like to keep our session short so that we don't divert too much attention. I'm sure after 30 minutes, everyone is sleepy, they'll just turn off the video and stuff like that. So we will let the game do the talking because, Joseph MetaPixel team is kind enough to give us 20 access codes to their games. And how we're going to distribute this is that I want you guys to go to our Discord under our Never Game Alone channel and tell us why you should be selected for the playtest. Because I'm not going to do a giveaway, right? Because a giveaway, it can be like random guys getting, the code who they don't want to play the game. So we want real gamers and tell us why you deserve the playtest, right? Okay, so this brings us to the end of our session, right? I would like to thank Joseph, for taking the time, even though he's in Amsterdam, but he's actually a Korean, like he's usually based in Korea, right? For taking the time to actually talk to us here. And then lastly, Joseph, do you have any last words to the audience?
Yeah, for sure. So it was really exciting to have this like GMI session with PathDAO community because I know that this community is really like gamer centric and there are a bunch of gamers inside the community. And that's the reason why I was having some like a conversation with guys on other PathDAO members related to giving some like tester code access to the PathDAO community. And I know that there are only a limited number of the tester codes, but still we are opening our application in our metapixel.io website. So if you are the MMORPG player and if you are interested in doing some like play tests, just please drop by our website and apply for the tester. There will be a chance to become a tester, and I definitely can say that you will love the second playtest. We are working hard a lot, and we are bringing some more exciting like gameplay narratives and some like contents inside the game. So yeah, hope to see like much more people inside the Tesla community do the actual playtest. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Joseph. So follow them on their Twitter because that's where they post all the information. And I'm sure there's a Discord link as well. You guys can go into their Discord, mingle around with their community as well. Familiarize yourself with MetaPixel, and hope to play the playtest soon. I think it's sometime in July. They are closing their playtest, their application around mid-June. So there's another 1 more week. You guys can head over to give it a try, or you guys can tell us why you want the 20 codes. Okay. So lastly, we will share another trailer by MetaPixel. This is the latest trailer. So guys, watch it till the end. And then that's it for this week's GMI session. Thank you, everyone.
All the doubters, to those who don't believe, this is the hour. They may be blind to me, just wait and see.